What up, Z Money?
What's up? What's up?
You know what I'm saying? He wanted Jacob toast.
Mm-hmm.
Where the people at?
They coming on.
What's been up, bro?
Just cooling, man. Just here with Jarrell Jones. Mr. Jones. Part 2.
Who is this balanced living page? I think it's acting up. Let's see. Let's see what my phone is. Let me see if that one working. What's been up, bro? How's it been starting your new podcast, man?
It's been an amazing experience starting this new podcast, man. It's been going on 2 months. I'm going into my 3rd month. Balanced Living Podcast. Been on and popping. I've been amazing, man. Been amazing. It's been blowing my mind.
Surprising yourself, huh?
Yes.
You think you can do all this yourself?
Not at all. I thought I was just coming in front of camera. In front of microphone, actually, not even a camera, just JOCIng. JOCIng.
Now you got a whole audience.
Now I have a whole audience following.
There you go.
Have a whole audience following.
You on YouTube too. I don't check YouTube. What's up with YouTube? What we talking? What you want to talk about, Z?
A question was definitely asked. I'm waiting till the young man come on, about money.
Mm-hmm.
Time, balancing your time and money. Like, how can a man balance that?
Balancing your time and money. My wife in there in the background. She gonna say, definitely money over time, but your time is worth money, so we can talk about it. What else we gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about balancing time and money.
Balancing time and money.
This relationship. Okay.
Balancing relationships.
Okay.
And family.
Okay.
Also, we're gonna honor women because it's Women History Month.
Mm-hmm.
We know a lot of great women that do a lot of great things in our community.
Okay.
So we're gonna definitely recognize them and acknowledge them.
Okay.
Are you into sports? Like, talk about sports. Like, what's your favorite sport?
I'm into sports.
Why are you not into sports?
My time and money. So that's part of that conversation. Mm-hmm. Like, we can talk about that. And remember to talk about that as part of that. Because for me, it's not worth my time. I don't have time for that. It's too much time to keep away up with all those players and their stats.
The football game is 3 hours.
You know what I can do in 3 hours? 3 hours. Mm-hmm. Then you gotta watch SportsCenter, and SportsCenter is just repeat. Some of the dudes don't even realize how they like in a zombie state watching, mesmerized by something that really is not a part of it. Like, they be fussing about, arguing about football.
But if somebody have the passion for it,
I get it. I understand all of that. Right. For me, it never balanced out with my time. Mm-hmm. So if I had to choose on a Sunday, if I was going to weigh out after church, spending my time either with my kids, which is the first priority, or watching football. Now, I love the playoff season. I love Super Bowl. I love the end. I love the culmination, the championships, NBA championship, all of that. Mm-hmm. But to keep up with all the teams, 16 games, I can't do that. I don't have the capacity.
They have 17 games now.
See, that's just
2 more years. We're going to 18 games.
See, but that's just like video games. I don't have the capacity to play video games. I can't do it.
But it's good to know because you have kids, right?
Yeah. So with my son, I'll jump on them with Madden, NBA 2K, all that. If he wants to. But see, in that instance, it's not me playing the game.
Right.
For me, I'm spending quality time because he's gonna probably beat me. But in that instance, it's me spending quality time.
Now, see, I love sports.
I get it.
I watch sports. My TV don't change from ESPN.
I get it. So for me, here's the thing though. For me, it's I love experiences. Mm-hmm. So I go to a sports game and love it, wild out. You know what I mean? Like, chill on. I'm a Saints fan through and through. So When I was younger, I used to like Kansas City Chiefs. I'm talking about way,
What made you like Kansas City?
Joe Montana and Jerry Rice. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, you know, when we had Madden and
what's that 49ers?
In Techno Bowl, huh?
49ers?
No, I like Kansas City too though.
Because he did in his later career, he did. Because I know
not
right,
Montana. Those days, you know what I'm saying? I like Montana, and then in those days when we had Techno Bowl and all that stuff. But I can't do it all day. I can't keep up with it all day.
So you rarely go to the games. You
probably go to the games
and
I just don't
be under your work
have
phone.
the capacity. No. If I go somewhere, like I have learned to kind of lock out. Like when I go out of town, I learned to like put my phone on D&D. The people that's in my favorites, that's who get in. Z got snacks and everything, bro. You gotta come on Z show, bro. You
gotta come on my show.
You act like we at the club.
Banner's Living House.
Banner's Living Ball. You know what I'm saying? So
Banner's Living.
So I really believe more in the experience than anything. You know what I'm saying?
Right, because your kids are into active curriculum at the school. They run track,
basketball.
So
he want to play football. You just telling me he needs some cleats.
Right.
So,
but it's good to know the different type of players in those fields, so you could be relatable and know.
Yeah.
How do you balance that when he ask you those questions about?
If I gotta go look something up, I look it up. But I don't mind also asking him. You know what I mean? So he feel like he's giving me something as well. I just read this thing on Instagram where it said the guy saw his mama going next door asking the neighbors for salt.
Right.
He's like, Mom, why are you asking this lady for salt? We got salt. And the lady said, I go and ask her for salt because they're poor. And I don't want to ask for something that's too taxing on them. So I ask for something so that they can feel like they're pouring into me too. And so when they need something, they don't have an issue coming to me and ask me.
Right.
So I said that I asked him, like, hey, what's this? Who's going on with this? Like the other day, the guy who ran, the big guy, 300-pound linebacker who ran a 40 and 5'9".
Yeah, I saw it.
So I see, because I read. See, I would much rather read the news.
Right.
Like I would much rather read Wall Street Journal. So I saw it on Apple News, read it because it was interesting, and then I bought it to him. Now that's something that he would relate to and he could talk about. You know what I'm saying? So it's just I value my time, which leads to the question.
So people that love sports don't value their time?
They do. It's about balance.
Right.
Because oftentimes for me, a lot of people who, I'm not going to generalize. All the time for me, if you get into the game, you got to know when to turn that off. You know what I'm saying? If you locked in as a father or even as a man and you spending more time on the game, then you could be pouring some of that time into yourself, into another career move or something that could be more enriching. And for me, if that's your recreation, that's your hobby, okay, I get it. But it just was never recreational for me.
Because sometimes when it comes down to men in sports, we go to gambling. And it takes away from the family because now you have gambling on your phone. It's an easy access. And a lot of men losing their homes for having that addiction.
I get it. Men have addictive behavior. That's why they're locking on the one woman or whatever. And they have addictive, and I have addictive behavior. That's why I drink, but I always set a limit because my dad was an alcoholic. Right. So I set a limit. Even if I go out, I got 4 drinks. 4 drinks, I'm done. At the max. And I rarely get there. Never get there. 4 drinks.
You like 10.
You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, y'all can drink me under the table, but 4 drinks, that's a wrap. So I think for men, that's another thing. Like even we don't realize things that can become addictive to us.
Right.
A game could be addictive. Sports could be addictive. All those things can be
pornography.
Yeah, compulsive behaviors that you have to really pay attention to, and that's where you really measure your time. What am I doing with this time? What am I doing with that time? And you can really see, because where your time is, that's where your time is like your treasure. Because
if you don't be careful, they consume and take over.
The only thing you have is time.
Well,
once your time gone, that's a wrap.
You can't take it back.
That's a wrap.
Don't rush it. Don't waste it, but make sure you're moving correctly.
You can't get it back.
Make sure you're moving correctly.
That's it. And so, even like I was years ago, I sat back and I'm like, okay, I need to go back to school, finish school, because time will pass, and you could either have it or not.
Right.
And you'll look back like, man, all the time passed, I could have done this. So I went back and I finished. I'm still getting my MBA now, but it's when you look at time, all you have to do is put the work in and really manage what you have. Like my wife is very particular on time, so she's always getting on me because even how I am, she is like really like, dude, you wasting time. You wasting time.
Get on it.
Exactly.
So do you think men give up at a certain point in their life at an age?
Men give up.
Like
I definitely think men
that
go through midlife crisis. Yeah.
Man, I'm supposed to be here, man. And then we go to sizing ourselves over other men who's successful, and that what pushes us back more so.
I think it could be a gift and a curse. You know what I'm saying? Because you can go through it. Because I really feel like I did go through it. I think I went through it during COVID. Because I'm home. That's when I turned 40. I'm home, 21, turned 40. I got the kids bouncing off the walls. You can't really do nothing. 4 walls coming in. And so for me, it was like, dude, let me take an assessment of the things that I've really done in 40 years. Because at 40, honestly, the average person lives to their 70.
Right.
So if you look at your life, you really have more behind you than you do ahead. You know,
right.
you grace past 70. You know, if you go 80, 90, and some people do that. I'd be grateful if I could live that long. But at 40, for me, it was like, okay, what do I want to accomplish and leave as a legacy in the second half of my life?
Right.
And so at one point, I found myself getting down about it. At one point, I found myself, okay, let me figure it out. And so that's when I started to really kind of map some things I want out and what I want to do with the.
Because they have a lot of men. I'm about to make 39 this year.
You're a young buck, boy.
Yeah, I'm young, but talking to a lot of men, we easily give up because we don't feel like our life is where we want it to be. Because when life go to life and we don't understand strong. And that's because sometimes most of the men that's like that, they don't have that God foundation in it. They have the foundation that when they was a child, but when they got older, they separated from it some way, somehow, with those addictions, with those takeaways, those pillars.
Yeah.
And they hanging around people that's more puller instead of pusher.
Yeah. So I think the challenge with that too is a lot of men think that if you have God in your life, you gotta be like some fake church dude. You know what I'm saying? You can't do this no more.
You holy rolling.
Yeah, like
how your day going? Oh, I'm blessed and highly favored.
Yeah, it don't have to be all of that.
Just be yourself, man. Just have a normal conversation. What's up?
Just chill.
Let's chill. Let's smoke a cigar. Drink an old fashioned.
Yeah, you know
like just be you. Just learn how to relax.
Yeah, like I consider myself a Christian, but I'm more spiritual than religious. You know what I mean? Like.
But a lot of men suffer in silence, G. They don't know how to open up. That pride. Pride is a killer.
But I think society has caused some of that. You know what I'm saying? It's pride and society has caused some of that because we've made men feel like you cannot be vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? That's a sign of weakness. You can't be sensitive. You can't be vulnerable. And I think that's where spirituality comes in because even if you look at Christ, for those whether you're Christian or not, if you look at Christ, he was vulnerable in a lot of states. You know what I mean?
Right.
At points he cried. He was like, okay, he didn't want to do it, all of this. So even as strong as he was to go through what he did, he still was vulnerable. And I think for us, if we look at that and say, yes, I could be sensitive to people, I could be sensitive myself, I can be vulnerable. Now you do have to watch who you're vulnerable with. You can't just be vulnerable with everybody because they will use that against you. But especially if it's somebody you're in connection with, you're in relationship with, your wife, your spouse, that's somebody that you need to trust enough to at least be vulnerable with. That's why you have so much suicide, whether it's men, pastors, or whatever, because they can't open up.
A lot of men within the last couple of years, man, committing suicide, can't take it. Like since the pandemic, like a lot of the divorce rate went up.
Because you got people abusing. Being more abusive because they holding things in and they around it, their spouse more.
They ran to work. You can run to work for those first couple of months in 2020.
So I had
shut down.
So just recently, I missed counseling for a few weeks just to scheduling and all that, and I finally made it last week, the same day we were on last week, because I go on Thursdays, and I realized like, man, okay, I've been missing this release. Because even if I get in there and I'm just able to talk, pour out, just being able to say what you've been going through, oftentimes is a release all in itself. So I really suggest counseling or like I don't care if you got a partner or whatever. One thing I can say about Z, man, Z will check on me every day, every other day, you know. And I challenge myself to at least reciprocate when I don't hear from him. What's up, Z? What you got going on? You know, he always beat me to it, but 90% of the time he beat me to it. But my thing is like, get you somebody that you could kind of tap into, that you could vibe with, that even if you don't have to go into detail, they could catch your spirit and throw up a prayer or whatever for you know what I'm saying?
Catch your vibe.
And that's it. So like,
but you have to be open. Yeah. You have to be transparent.
You're right.
Like you have to be open with your people. Let them know, like, look, I can't do this no more. Like, like I don't have nobody I can trust, run to, and a lot of men have opened up to people and they broke that trust with them. They broke that loyalty, so that's why they build up their wall. Yeah, like a lot of it's hard for a man. Yeah, like once you break that wall, that trust with that man, it's hard for him to open up to anybody after that. So how can we touch those men that have that wall up?
For me, because like I honestly had this struggle to this day, and I'm actually learning to deal with it in counseling. My mama was like real harsh. If you look at anything with most of us, who you are now is only the grown child. You know what I'm saying? So all the trauma that you had as a child, it's just a grown version. So all the things that you do now are a result of what you experienced as a child. So it's like mom was real harsh. A lot of times we would, you know, she come home, boom, after working jobs and all that to take care of us, she was about her business. You know what I'm saying? So I found myself being real defensive. I just talked to my brother about it the other day too. Because he was like, man, I'm real defensive. And we realized we actually had to be, you know what I'm saying? Right. Because it's like when you have a real stern parent, it's like you have to handle your business. So like, look, no, this is what I did, this. So I found myself being real defensive all the time. And I had to do the work and constantly have to do the work to fix it. So same thing with vulnerability. It's like you can't go into a shutdown stage when you meet somebody you don't trust. It's just like if you meet somebody that cheat on you, that don't mean you end all your future relationships because they cheated. So if somebody betray your trust because you were vulnerable, you just now know, okay, I'm gonna look for signs of when and how to share. Because I was thinking the other day, like, man, do I really believe in red flags? I don't know. I'm gonna have to think through that because I don't really know if red flags are a thing.
That's why I got away from saying red flag.
Yeah,
they have so many colors before them that's workable. Like red flags be like the end of it.
Yeah, but like no.
Let's see how we can work around this yellow flag, this warning sign, this white flag.
Yeah.
Can we work around this? Like if it's work having, it's gonna take time.
Exactly.
It's gonna take some development.
And that person not gonna be perfect.
They're not gonna be perfect.
If
you're looking for the perfect person,
you ain't gonna find
you're not gonna find it.
You ain't gonna find him.
You're not gonna find
it. What's on this thing, man?
We got a couple of people. That's Momo Russell right there.
Yeah.
You're not gonna find it. It's like because a lot of men, it's not that men don't make enough money. It's just men don't know how to manage their money with savings.
Yeah, I don't think that's everybody. I think in relationship, everybody different. Because for me, and this is area that I've struggled with, you know, very transparent. Like for me, I've always had to provide. So I was always used to being on my own, the one. If I've got a shortage or I got something to figure out, I just figure it out. I ain't got to consult with you, whatever, as long as the bill get paid at the end of the day by any means necessary. So having somebody that's more of a partner, it's like, okay, what's going on? I'm not used to having to give a rundown of 1, 2, 3, 4, blah, 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 blah. So I had to learn how to do that. You know what I'm saying? And for us, we will go down to 0 before we ask for help. I know for me, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not big on asking for help.
Some men not about to ask for no help.
I'm not about that. It was hard for me, you know what I'm saying? Because it makes me it makes me feel like it's weakness, but it's really not. When you got a solid partner,
it was a time in my life,
bro.
My life got cut off
Bruh.
in my early 20s, and I ain't called nobody.
Yeah, but you'd be
I
sitting
ain't even
there.
called my mama. I'm
See, you
sitting
have to
there
learn too. That's partially pride, though. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta sort through whether it's pride, because if you've done all you can, and he put people, most of your gifts and blessings and all that gonna come through the hand of a person.
Right. But some men, you'll go to them, but they're gonna go tell the whole world your business.
That's what I'm saying. That's the wrong people to go to. I'm not going to them.
How would you know if they was silent? That was the first time.
And don't come throwing it back in my face. If you offer me help, or I come to you for help and you give it, if you get any inkling of you gonna throw it in my face or whatever, you're not the one I'm gonna ever ask again.
I feel it.
You know what I'm saying? Women, man, relationship, whatever. If I feel like you're gonna throw it in my face, that's it. I'm gonna sit in the dark.
I'm gonna sit in the dog anyway.
Look at that face. What you think? You got a comment on that? Look, Dr. Joe.
Dr. Joe.
Giving back.
So for me, I just feel like you have to always be conscious of who you confide in. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely have to be conscious.
Be conscious of who you confide in. Be conscious of who you ask for. But check yourself, man, because if you got a solid partner, they're not trying to hurt you. They're not trying to betray you. They're just trying to be a support. You know what I mean? They're trying to be help. So for me, I had to learn how to be transparent in all things. Like, hey, look, I did this, A, B, C, D, E. Because what I learned too is most men are high level. What you did today? I'm good. I went to work.
Right.
But they be wanting to know, I got up this morning with the breakfast. I had a meeting. It was bad. You know, blah, blah, blah.
But that's men who understand life and understand this journey is not just for you, it's for you to help the next man out so they can learn those things. Like a lot of men don't even have a morning routine. They just get up, brush their teeth, go to work.
They're like, I can say for me, sometimes I don't have a morning routine.
and why is that?
None of my days be the same sometimes, bro. But what I can say, like I put in certain things that I assure that I do. Like in the morning, I used to, like years ago, I found myself, I would get on the phone and go straight to whatever, Instagram, whatever, email. For me, most of the email. For me, it's like, it used to be, I would check all my accounts first, check the money, do what I gotta do, boom. Then
check it every day?
Every day.
I check my money every day too.
Multiple times a day.
Me too.
All day.
Me too. I told my ex-partner that. I'm like, I check my money.
Yeah.
I check my money every day.
Every day. So I found myself really doing that and not involving God enough in my morning, you know what I'm saying? And then lastly, okay, I'm gonna go read a scripture or read or whatever. So for me, I found when I touch my phone, I'm not gonna do anything before I read the Bible.
Right.
So then I added in, before I even touch my phone, I'm gonna lay there and pray and I'm gonna meditate.
So since you've been changing that, how was your days moving forward?
It definitely, because you're gonna have perfect days.
But you're gonna have better days.
But you're gonna have better days. You're gonna remember the moments of when I prayed about that this morning. I meditated about that this morning. I even a higher level, I visualized my day would go like that this morning. Sometimes even with my wife leaving, because I always make sure that we interact before she leaves, like give her a kiss or hug before she walk out the door, because you honestly never know what could happen in somebody's day. You know, you don't want to have a regret that this is my last time seeing them. We was beefing or whatever. So regardless,
but the single man got like 20 text messages he got to send out.
He ain't got to do that. He better put that thing on auto text.
The single man got like 20 text messages he got to send out.
You can do that.
You speaking from a married man perspective.
Long as you text yourself,
we got to help these single men out.
Long as you text you got to put your time in yourself first, and whatever spirituality you practice, and then you can pour it all out to whoever you want to.
They got single men, some majority of his days out the week might be late night, early morning.
I got it. Let me tell you something. Being single is expensive. That's all I'm saying.
It's definitely expensive.
You talk about time versus money. Being single is expensive. That's why I was always in a relationship.
So J-Rock, are you still here? J-Rock was the person that asked about the time and the money.
Time and money.
versus the question that we had earlier. Remember? The time
Okay.
versus money. How can a man handle that?
So for me, your time is the most valuable thing you have.
Mhm.
Because with your time, it equates what you're gonna make in terms of money. You see what I'm saying? Like there's some people who they go to a job and they make minimum wage, 7, whatever that is. But then the same man, Jeff Bezos, he still do a job just how you go do a job. It might be different, but he making what you make in a year in a minute. So your time is based on what you do with it.
Right.
So for me, for those that don't know, I went away I was locked up for a little while. That's where I learned how valuable my time is. You see what I'm saying? If they take your time away and you have no control over it, then you're gonna realize, oh, that's not something I want to waste. You know what I'm saying? Which was even a contributor, honestly, to my divorce. Like I'm like, look, how much more time I'm gonna put into this situation, this relationship, blah, blah, blah. I might want to make a change. You know what I'm saying? I might want to do something else so that I could make sure that I manage my time better. You know, I'm getting older. So your time is the most valuable thing you have. So for me, it's about, again, as the show states, the podcast is balanced living. How can I manage this time in a way that I'm enjoying myself, that I'm not just being gluttonous and greedy for money, but I'm actually enjoying it. You know what I mean? Sometimes my wife, she works so hard. I'm like, okay, when are we going to enjoy the fruits of the labor? Like you got to make sure that you balance that thing out and that what you're putting in the time to make the money, that you then go enjoy it. But you can't, anything that's out of balance is going to be out of whack. If you enjoy it so much, you're not putting in no time for work, so you're going to be broke. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. But if you're working so much, you're going to work yourself out of healthiness, and then you're not going to be able to enjoy it. So you got to have that balance.
But you have that female,
okay,
that's hitting you with that. When you gonna make time for me? Don't understand that you got a job, your career, your business.
Yeah,
I'm going through some changes in my life, relationship wise.
Okay,
I have my kids. Like some people don't understand. They just think that you're trying to avoid them. They don't understand that you a go-getter.
I think that's why it's often hard for two people of a different mindset.
Because sometimes women gonna go with their move quickly.
I'm good with that. Here's the thing. God gonna send you what's for you. You know what I'm saying? If it's for you, it's for you. So
if he wants to, he will.
Yeah, like I get that, but I think it's also both people gotta be understanding of the other situation.
Time for things.
And I hear you, Kiki. People make time for what's important. So you gotta understand, if you want Goyard and Fendi, and you want Roots Chris and every other fine dining restaurant,
I'm gonna go up
out of town. You want me to take you? You don't want to go to Cheesecake Factory, but you want me to take you to Mr. B's and everywhere else.
I got the grind.
And Commanders. That costs money. So I gotta work to balance that out. So even something for me, like I learned every day, I might not have a lot of time to spend caking on the phone and all that, but every day I'm gonna send her a message. We call it adoration. So every day I'm gonna send her something in the morning. I got it, and for me, I schedule it on my phone. Send my daily adoration. It's about 10 o'clock. But I'm not just saying sweet stuff. Oh, thank you for watching the kids. No, here is something specifically that I appreciate about you, that I love you about. So people can spend time and give you time in ways that may not be normal. Okay, we watching a movie, we going to the movies together. No, I'm showing you that I'm thinking about you, even though I'm not in your presence. I'm showing you that I love you, even though I'm not in your presence.
But you there,
exactly,
marriage-wise, right? The single person,
even single. When you sending that good morning text,
you know the first thing the female gonna think, oh, he with another girl. She ain't gonna believe that he actually working.
But that's one.
Why is it like that?
But see, that's communication too. Some people don't.
You can communicate. They still think like.
Some people don't believe. Hey, yeah, I'm working. If you really working, you on a construction site.
That's beautiful.
You on a construction site. Send a picture of the construction site. Man, this job killing me today.
Right. Some people you do have
Why
to do
not?
that for. You have to,
Because you gotta understand, some people their trust been broken so much
Mhm.
that you gotta help build that trust back.
what's up, CEO said?
And if they work it, what up, Sid? And if they work it, you will help them get back to the place that's level. So when you build it up, you can say, "Man, I'm having a long day. I'm gonna hit you after work," and you have built up a reputation that they know you're doing what you're doing.
But why a female can't take a man's word? Why I gotta send a picture?
To tell the truth, because men, with some men do dog stuff.
Some women do dog stuff too, but
I
we
know.
ain't have to put no picture where you at.
I ain't say they asked for it. Why you can't do it?
Just do it.
Just do it off GP.
Fellas, do it off GP.
Just do it off GP.
What's up, cuz?
What's up? What's up?
Do it off GP. I like that. Do it off.
I'm saying,
I'ma
just do it
take
off GP. So if you do that,
Mhm.
and if you get to the place where you find she don't need it, then you don't have to do it. But if you figure it's something she need, what sweat off your back is that ain't hurting you?
Mhm.
What? How that's hurting you?
It's not hurting.
And if you know this woman been traumatized, how is it bad for you to help heal her?
Mm.
I'm gonna help heal what the person that came before me broke.
Because it be our mindset
Yeah.
of what we used to.
You feel like controlling.
Yep.
Or you feel like you really won't be able to do what you do.
Sis said you different.
Exactly. Nola Beauty said you gotta build trust. Exactly.
You gotta build trust.
Yeah, you out here, you want just, man, I ain't gotta check in with you all day. Well, what you doing? Because even if you're not checking in, you better be bringing a check.
That's good. That's good.
Check in or bring a check home. Either one.
Well, he could be bringing it to check.
It's the same thing as they say you gotta pay to play. You gotta pay to play.
You gotta
so
check
either
in.
You bringing a check or you gonna check in. Either one.
You have to. I like that. You have to check in.
That's it.
You have to check in. That's good.
It.
That's good.
But it gotta be vice versa.
It have to be vice versa.
It gotta be vice versa. If you need that, you know what I'm saying?
You have to be vice versa.
Like my wife, she delivers babies. So sometimes she might go out at 3 a.m. So she shares her location. Mm-hmm. So because if something happened, I want to be able to wake up, get up, look up, okay, where were you? You know what I'm saying? But at times, if she out or whatever, she been running all day and I don't know where she at. Like today, she had surgery last for 5 hours. I'm like, girl, where you at? You ain't answer the phone all day. I check her location. She's still at the office. But we built a relationship where she don't mind sharing that. You know what I'm saying? And I share mine. I don't mind sharing it. Every relationship not gonna be that. I'm not saying everybody should do that. But and again, like Kiki said, it's about what's reciprocated. Mm-hmm. For me, you gotta build trust in enough in your relationship that each person know what the other person need. Right. So if that's what you need, man, what sweat off my back is that gonna take? That ain't nothing, man.
That's good. That's good.
Unless you got something to hide. Unless because how is that hurting you?
It's not. It's not.
That's what I'm saying. And what? After a while, she gonna be like, my baby at work. Imagine how much pride they're gonna bring to her for that. And then, especially if you bringing in the check after you done checked in.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Come on, man.
She loving you. Yes. She loving you. She loving you. Yes. That makes a lot of difference. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
I got a brother. he married her. He married. He been married for 20. He been together for 23 years. My brother, Sonny.
I made this a post so I can share it.
Send it from uptown.
Send it from uptown.
It's on YouTube, Sage. We trying to get better. See how we got our camera better and all that.
Yeah, you know Van's living growing up.
Your advice. King Key Fancy on the thing.
I like
so man, it's about just building relationship. That's what relationship is. Relationship is all about. I need to relate. I need to relate to what you feeling and what you need, and you relate to what I'm feeling, what I need, and then you provide that back to me. It's reciprocation. Nothing that's one-sided will ever last. That means all that person is doing is sucking the other person dry. You know what I'm saying?
But a lot of men deal with childhood hurt from their mom and their dad.
Yeah.
And they take it into their adulthood. Then they reach a stage where they get set in their ways. It's my way or the highway.
Yeah. Like, because they just repeating what they saw.
What they saw.
I said that last week on the after whatever we did.
You have a close cousin?
I said that on the after what we did. For me, it was different because I got to learn by seeing what the men around me did, and I learned by saying the bad stuff they did, I wasn't gonna do that. Because I ain't really had no positive men. My mom, I like my stepdad, but I was older by then. But as a youngin, like I didn't have men that they was married and they was faithful, and I didn't have all that. So I learned what to do by watching them and saying, okay, I'm not gonna do that, I'm not gonna do that, I'm not gonna do that.
But some men don't believe they have a sex addiction.
I got a sex addiction.
But you have it for one woman.
Exactly.
Some men got it for multiple women.
I mean, look,
that's why they mean well. They have a good heart,
bro. So, let me say,
but they just love sex, and that's why they cheat.
I get it. Let me say this, and we this is real. This balance different, but we're gonna be real tonight. My wife is an OBGYN. You can have a sex addiction if you want for multiple women in these streets of New Orleans and Baton Rouge and all these days. You're gonna come home with a package that you cannot return. I'm just here to tell you.
Repeat that again.
You're gonna come home with a package that say unreturnable. And then what you gonna do? So I get it, but it's like for me, it's not worth it, man. Like for me, like I ain't got time to be arguing in the streets, spending money in the streets, going broke in the streets.
It costs too much.
Yeah. If I'm single,
here's what I'm saying.
If I'm single and I'm dating multiple people, that's different. But if you got one, stick to that one, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? If she not providing you enough to feed whatever your addiction is, you need to communicate at that point. Look, honestly, me and my wife, we got a standard. Look, my standard is it's at least 3 times a week. I'm serious. Like, if we busy and something happened, we make exceptions, but like I had to voice that. Look, this is where we at. Like, this is what I need.
You have to set standards. Talk about it. Talk about it.
You gotta teach people how to treat you. So if this is what I need, and not saying it's to prevent me from going on the street, but it's no different than paying a bill. I need to pay the bill to provide a roof over your head. Okay. We need food on the table for the kids. We need this. This is something that I feel I need. I'm gonna communicate what my need is so you can know what my standard is, what my baseline is.
But a lot of people lack that because they don't discuss that in the beginning.
They lack that because they don't exactly. Yeah.
They don't discuss it in the beginning.
Or they don't discuss it at all.
They don't make those standards.
They got men that even married men, they just waiting. Oh, my wife don't want to have sex, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to just go get it. She making me mad. I'm going to just go get it. And you can, but it's like you can never build something when you stay on a broken foundation. You see what I'm saying? And if you build on a broken foundation, I'm a contractor too. All it's going to do is get eventually dry rotted, water going to get blah, blah, blah. It's going to get torn down anyway. It's not going to work. So if you lay the foundation, that's where that communication come in the beginning.
Because it was all cool for you to play around when y'all was in a relationship, but when you get to marriage, now you playing with a different ball. Under the covenant of God.
I'm not even saying marriage or not. Even they stupid. They're talking about, do you have an uncle? Look,
go ahead, fam.
Communication. Look, leave the people alone.
That's my people.
Communication is key. Some men, some don't listen to their partners' needs. Agree. So I'm not saying this Jesus even in marriage, even in a dating relationship. Because some people, they're not gonna believe in relationships. Right. I mean, in marriage. Look at Oprah and Stephanie. You know what I'm saying? And they work. Whatever works for you, works for you. My thing is, as long as you communicating with whoever, I don't care if it's your boss. If you communicating what your needs are, if the person don't give you your needs, then you eventually gonna be depleted. Right. And it's gonna require you to say, okay, I need to make a change.
But it goes to that making sure you heal before you let anybody open up, because a lot of females and men be vulnerable and they'll settle for less because they look better than what they had before.
Look better. Yeah, I get it.
We living in a time where if you tell a person what you want, them first 6 months they're gonna make sure they own it. Then they're gonna get your heart. After those 6 months, he garbage, she trash.
Agreed. I'm gonna touch on the comment and the thing. Some don't listen to their partner's needs though. Here's something I learned too, and I learned this in counseling. I don't take the credit for it. They have a thing called a broken record method. You know how the record broken and just keep skipping. If you dealing with anybody in any situation, use the broken. Okay, you keep cursing at me when you talk. Okay, please don't curse at me when you talk. Okay, they do it again. Please don't curse at me when you talk. Please don't curse. You gonna keep doing it and repeating it until how valuable they are to you determine how long you keep repeating that. Okay, right. And then you set a limit. Okay, after so long, I'm not gonna keep repeating it because they know it. They just don't want to do it. So at that point, then it's time for me to decide. Okay, this is not working. You're not trying to improve. I need to make a change. Mm-hmm. All right. So that's the whole, if somebody's not listening, but you got to be also teaching them. You can't just be upset that they're not hearing my needs. But some people think that men supposed to understand how women are, and the men think that women are supposed to understand them.
They say,
and a lot of times, we don't get, we be like, what? Like, girl, you don't even know what you want to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, you expect me to know what's on your mind.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you gotta communicate what you want. You gotta teach them how to treat you in the same, and you gotta listen to them because they teaching you even in their silence how to treat them.
But you can listen to them. But some women who are independently, they don't even want you to even hear them. It's really they wear the highway. Like they ain't even trying to hear you. They blocking your views off too.
So they have. I don't think independence. I'm gonna go back. Okay, let's look at even how society went. Mm-hmm. Okay, you look at, if you go way back, it used to be where the woman didn't work. Mm-hmm. At one point, she couldn't even vote. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So then the woman was the homemaker, whatever. So she had to depend on the man to provide everything. You know what I'm saying? But then the man used that and abused her. So now I'm on top of you. Okay, you can't do this, you can't do that. So the woman like, nah, if I gotta take care of these kids, take care of this home, and they was working anyway, I'm gonna go get my own too. So that's where that independence kind of came from. And then in her getting her own, the truth is, I'm gonna just say, the fellas might be mad. Women crazily can outwork and outbear a man any day of the week.
Yes, they can.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Period. So once you got a woman into the workforce, kind of, because they're gonna work smarter. That's why a lot of times they say women can cheat better, because they really can. Like, they're way smart. They're not thinking with their parts.
Not all true. Everyone is different.
We agree. And see, independent don't mean don't be late. Because my wife is very independent, but she gives me the utmost respect and know that I'm the leader of our home. Okay. And when she need to be, look here, girl, don't play with me. You know what I'm saying? So you can be independent.
She's an independent woman.
So let me finish the story. So, and that was she saying, but not by who. You have to be a strong man to lead an independent woman.
Yes.
Independent, and when we mean by independent, that she don't need you to do everything that you do. But a lot of times is misconstrued need. Money is not the only need.
Money is definitely
exactly, because you still need covering, you still need a priest, you still need things in your sometimes even the security of a man and all of that. You need that camaraderie, you need that shoulder, you need all of that. So it's not just about money. So women got to the place that they're in the workforce. Okay, they are now working alongside men, but they still got to be homemakers. Still got to have the responsibility of a man. Of a woman at a traditional home. But then they demand, okay, look, we doing the same job as you. Now I want the same pay.
Right.
So now they're making the same money as a man. And remember, before they looked to men because men. Excuse y'all, that's not. So men, they value men because, okay, I'm gonna pick my man out by how much he have, because he have to provide for me. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And this was even like kings and queens and princes. I'm gonna find the prince with the most money. So now I'm making just as much as you. Now it's harder to find somebody that make more than me to provide for me because I make the same amount as you.
Right.
And now that is dwindled down. So now to find a quality man that's good, that make more than me, that's gonna still make me dependent upon him, even though I'm independent, that's harder. That's even way harder. So now if I'm with somebody that make the same amount of money as me, I'm kind of working as hard as him, I gotta choose to respect him as my leader because we kind of on the same level. And it take a strong woman to say, yeah, man, I have a good man, and though I may be working and making the same amount or making more, he's such a good man, and he's providing things in other ways, and I respect that, and I can follow his lead. He may be giving you way more than just money. You know what I'm saying? So independence for me goes beyond money. It's if you can have dependence and still want and desire a relationship, a marriage, all of those things. And I always look to Oprah like Oprah don't need no Stedman. Ain't never did. You know what I'm saying? But
what's Stedman there for?
What he?
He's there for what? One thing.
Yeah. I don't think so. I love the way she probably do. But my thing is, it's like you don't. I think women in these days they strong. Like it's been they started out
but
the year of the woman.
They can't get weak for that bum man.
Exactly.
And have sex with him, and now they
look.
All
She said he's a trophy. In a way,
he definitely a trophy.
But you can't say that though because she never flown him. She don't never flaunt a trophy. Somebody you put on the shelf for sure. No. I think he there to provide that companionship that you need. Because I don't care how independent. I don't care how many men. I don't care how much money you make.
He's there for sex.
You still don't need somebody. You don't want to die old, rich, and lonely.
He definitely sex.
No. And if he is,
he giving her that yeah.
And if he is,
he giving her that yeah. She wants an independent yeah.
He's well taken care of. But he also got his own money.
And he definitely taking care of her needs.
Yeah.
But they have a lot of independent women that get vulnerable.
That get vulnerable what?
For men.
That aren't.
Because a lot of women be fooled by the sex too. Men be fooled by the sex too.
Yeah, of course.
They be fooled.
Of course.
Like I know women that deal with men who bums, and I know men that deal with women that's bums. Like, but the sex good to them.
Agreed.
But he taking your car and they ain't putting no gas in it when they pick you up.
That may be what they want. If that's their arrangement, that's their arrangement.
They like the yeah. That ain't what they want. But they like the yeah.
But that may be the arrangement. She's not looking for no husband. She's looking for a Thursday.
No, she want a husband.
Thursday night at 7, meet me at this place.
No, they got
at 7.
She want a husband. He caught at the vulnerable stage. That first 6 months of it.
That's a sign of weakness if you set up a sex. Agreed. Like if it's all about communication. If this is a situationship and that's all this is, and I'm in between, because sometimes people are healing. But they still have a need, so they're looking for a need to get met. Not to say that it's right. I ain't saying it's right, wrong, or whatever. If that's where you are, that's where you are. I'm not going to judge you. But if you're saying, okay, this is a woman that's looking for a man that's going to be her husband, blah, 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 but she getting stuck at the sex and not taking her blinders off to see this man not good for the future, you got to, that's why it's good to sometimes wait. That's why it's good to sometimes pause before you jump into something.
Sex is an emotional thing.
Yeah, and you haven't looked at all of.
You can't get up out of there and everybody.
Agree.
You walking around the house with that sage.
But if you get a strong man, if you get somebody that's really strong, he will make love to your mind before your body.
Facts.
And so they got men that will get you in your head before he even touch you.
But most women don't want that man that want their mind. They want,
but he can mess over you just as bad as one in the physical.
They give that man a hard time.
But that's where your discernment comes in, zebra. That's where a woman's discernment comes in. So you gotta look and really figure out, is this somebody that's for me? You gotta ask the question. If you got kids, what about this person? What trait, characteristics, whatever, would I want my children to pick up? If you can't find nothing, what you want them around you for?
Facts. Hold on one second. Look, this live by the end. We about to click off and come right back on.
What's happening, y'all?
I'm about to click off and come right back on. Got some people.
We still going. What's up, y'all? Let me see who's on this YouTube, man. They need to they need to share and like. What's up with the Balanced Living Live?
I think once I you know, just start it over.
Yeah, let me see.
You can save that and just start it over.
Oh, do the whole part, end it and start it over.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep going through, cause it's going on YouTube.
Yeah. All right, I got it right there. I can just share it. They jump it back on. What's up, family?
So I don't got to drink. Man, look, I didn't drunk on my drink.
That's my people right there, man. That's my people right there. Nola Beauty. What's up? What's up, fam?
What's up, y'all?
Pre-game before I go to the Drake concert. I want to see J. Cole.
What time the concert start?
Whenever I get there.
You know what I'm saying?
Whenever I get there.
I got 3 birthdays this week.
Oh, you remember him from the project?
What it is?
He definitely know your mom.
You remember me for your project. Who the mama is?
Val, Miss Val. They go to City Alive.
Oh, yeah. So you must be from the Magnolia. What's happening, y'all?
That's my people right there. That's good people.
That's good people.
Definitely good people.
Y'all got questions? We chilling.
We have any questions?
What questions y'all got? We talking about
Ask
anything.
us about anything.
Relationships, dating.
I'm definitely gonna show them your picture. Tell them any questions. We taking questions right now. We just josing out on the old fashioned.
We got us with some snacks.
Balanced living lifestyle.
You know what I'm saying? He think we had a bar or something.
Yeah, I feel like Cash Money 1998.
I'm live. What's up, Z?
Man, I'm cool now. We were talking about the vulnerability about women, like men, like
what?
Always sudden. Like a lot of women sudden for less right now.
Okay.
I know a lot of women personally that sudden for less. Do
you think it has something to do with the shortage of quality men? Do you think
that's part of it?
Men?
That's part of it.
Okay.
2, they didn't properly get themselves enough time to heal from the last relationship they had.
Okay.
3, they just want to just deal with anybody.
They just tired of being lonely.
Yeah, tired of being lonely.
Okay.
Because ain't nobody fighting in the parking lot for them.
Let me ask you this. Do you also think that women are strong enough that they are really handling their own? They know what they're dealing with. They know what they're doing. And though the man might think they're getting over, the woman is the one really in control.
That's also.
Yeah.
That's also because
they got a lot of women that really they're beasts. Like
because they got their ass too on the side.
Exactly. You think you're getting over, but really I see right through you. You know what I'm saying?
You better not settle.
You see what I'm saying? Look, she said there is a shortage. So
better not settle.
I think they got a lot of people that for women, they got tired of the game. So it's like I see right through that. So they learn how to play the game. Not to say that they're a player, but I learned how to play the same game, or I'm gonna stay on the sideline.
So where would you suggest women look for a man?
Why would I?
Because just because a man go to church don't necessarily mean he's
I don't really believe
a good
that.
man for you.
You know
they got some cocky men in church.
Because the perfect place for a man to come look for a woman is church. So it's like that don't mean that's the best man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Unless his name's Zyron Gilmore.
I don't really know. For me, I think you just gotta find them. You might find them on your job. You might find them just out. You might find them wherever it is. I think whenever you do encounter somebody, because again, I still believe the Bible says when a man find a wife,
he found a good thing.
He found a good thing. The man gonna find you. You know what I'm saying? I pursued my wife, but here was the difference though. I saw she was a wife before I pursued her. You see what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is she had the characteristics of a wife that I would want. You know what I'm saying? I saw how she took care of her daughter. You know what I'm saying? I saw how she handled her business, how she worked, how she did what she needed to do. And even in communicating, hearing things that was priority for her, how family was important and all of that. Right. So I knew who she was before I met her. I don't think there's a shortage. I feel women need to be open-minded to something new. You can't want to meet someone different with the same quality you're used to. I agree. I agree with that. I agree. But there is a shortage of men. They got way more men. That's just like a statistical fact. There's way more men.
Do they actually have a shortage of men?
Yeah, there's way more men than women. But when you add in the fact that you have a lot of men incarcerated, you have, another community that they may not even like women. Like, there is a shortage of heterosexual men.
Right.
And then when you add in the fact of men who actually want to be married, you know what I'm saying? So then when you put on top of that your standards, I want somebody who don't have children, who got a decent job and all of that. That number is steadily, every standard you put on there, that number is decreasing.
They have women that play games too, though, G.
I agree.
We must say y'all all innocent.
So here's the thing, though. Even for the men, it's the same thing. It's hard to find.
I'm 30.
If you're a good man, it's still hard to find a good woman because so many women have been traumatized by the bad men.
But don't make it hard for a good man like me.
I know, but you gotta account for all the bad men they've been traumatized by. They didn't see their daddy cheat. They didn't see their brothers go wild out. They didn't see blah, 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 blah. So it's hard for them to even break through. It's hard for a good man to break through that shell to get to the good woman that's in there without helping them heal. It's very few women, and I'm saying from experience that I know that they're single, they locked in, they ready to go, they just waiting for the good man. Most of those are already married. That's around 40. That's why it's important to heal before you move on. Agree.
Definitely up the hill.
Agree. And see, I think I believe that before, but I also, for me, in my marriage now, I think we both helped each other heal, which caused some trauma and not.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah, but see, what helped us heal more so is counseling. I don't care what type of situation you're in. I don't care how old you is, how long you've been together. Everybody need to go to counseling. And like forever, like counseling, you need, because you're gonna always have an argument, you're gonna always have a disagreement, you're gonna always have something that you need to talk to somebody about that they're gonna help you mediate it. Like, so I think forever, I probably be in counseling forever. She's gonna forever get my money every week. If you grow, you can't live in the past. Yeah, just learn from. I know, yeah, you're right, but I don't think everybody can just hit a switch and learn from it. I think what they learn is, what's up, son? Yes. Come on, you want to chill with the fellas? This Langston, y'all. His birthday coming up. Say hello. Hello. How are you?
How are you?
Wait. How old are you making? 2. Okay, yeah, you making 2. Okay, go by mommy. Yeah. So I think for yeah, you're not making 4, bro. You think you make it 4? Why will you make it 4? Then you skip 3. You want to be with the fellas? You're not 3. So I think for men. Okay, say bye-bye. Go on, mommy. All right. So I think for a lot of people, you have to give them time to heal, and you can help them heal. It's like what I was saying about trust. If you know a woman that's been traumatized with trust, if you really love them, it's like even something that wasn't traumatized. If I'm better with money and you not, I'm gonna teach you what I know. Right. If you've been damaged in trust and I'm healed in the area of trust, I'm gonna help you build that trust. So if you need I'm going to the store. You need me to send you a text when I get there and a text when I'm on my way back. If that's gonna help you get better, okay, I'm good with that. Right. It don't cost nothing for me to help you get to the place that you heal.
But they have a lot of women, G, that's been so used to bad. When they finally get that good man, they don't even know how to handle or treat that good man.
A lot of women take on that. A lot of women too have been so traumatized by bad, they think bad is good. So when they get good is boring.
Yep.
Okay. So
he too nice.
Exactly. So you also got to and it's according to their personality. Some women they like drama, you know what I'm saying? So in your marriage is also about like you gotta keep it fun, man. You gotta keep it exciting. You gotta keep it like
you gotta keep it exciting even if
and that's for the man though too. Like
relationship.
Yeah, like you know, don't nobody gonna be with boring. Like that's the truth. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like but boring don't mean that it gotta be fun. Fun don't mean that you out cheating or you out wilding or you got drama. It can be fun without that. You know what I'm saying? Let's take a trip. Let's get this money together. Let's grind together. Let's open a business.
But if they so used to the bad, it's hard for them to accept somebody that's good, just, and they use that person up.
You just not gonna be with me. I get it. So those are the women for me that will traumatize.
Oh, we get some hard.
Those are the women for me that will traumatize a good man.
Definitely. If that man let him. If you're not strong enough, you're gonna get beat. Exactly. If you're weak, you're gonna get beat.
Exactly.
You're gonna get beat. But a lot of women have to control themselves and really heal themselves before they get that good man that God has for them.
Agree.
If you're gonna mess it up. And that might be the one right there.
So if a woman has been betrayed, they don't trust anymore. How you think they're gonna learn how to heal? How you gonna learn something if you don't do it again?
You have to be open though, because they do it again. Okay. They think they be ready, and when they get that good man, they don't be ready because the show is about their action.
But this is what I'm saying: if you on a bike, okay, you fall off the bike. You know how you learn to build up your strength and your courage again to do it? You got to get back on the bike.
Got to get back on the bike.
That's so even if you think, I don't care how long you've been off the bike and you think, oh, I'm healing, you're not going to really. What other issues could they have? He won't be on the camera.
He won't be on the camera. They loving him. 2 weeks in a row. You made the show.
Yes. Yes. But see. I also they got a lot of people who don't teach love and affection and all that from the top. Hey, baby.
That's the love and affection right there we talking about.
Exactly.
Love your
they
kid.
don't know how to love
your
from the top. Say good night. Say it's my bedtime. Say night night. Okay. Go ahead. You want a kiss? Okay. No. You gonna remind me. What's up, y'all?
Trying to see. She should.
Oh, it came back on. Wow, it came back on too. What's up, y'all? So, I mean,
she was. What the question was? G?
What if the issues aren't trust? Is that what you're talking about? Somebody said that go both ways. Yeah.
Not everyone have issues with trust. Some may have.
So to be honest, trust don't break relationships. Communication, finances.
You don't think trust? Yes, it does, because it brings a lot of problems.
But it comes from communication.
It brings a lot of problems.
But it's really communication. So here's the thing.
But no, you can't communicate with a person and they still don't believe you. Remember you said sending a picture?
Agreed.
To make sure they still, because they so messed up and
I get it.
Been betrayed.
I get it.
They still don't believe you. Like
I get it. But that's still a root of communication. You telling them, but they don't receive what
my daddy did that to my mom. He did all that.
They not receiving what you tell them. But it's still one of the best things I learned in counseling was communication. And it's even with somebody who don't trust you, it's about communication. So you got I statements. Y'all heard of I statements? So it's like, okay, I feel untrusted when then you say what it is they do. When you question me when I'm out at the club, then you tell them how you want them to treat you. I prefer if when I go out, I tell you what I'm doing. I'll send you my location, make sure I'm safe to get home. If you have a concern, you text me. Hey, babe, where you at? Blah, blah, blah. Okay? You don't have to text me all night, and then when I get home, you going off. You know what I'm saying? But you got to teach the person how to treat you. And that might require you to tell them that several times before they learn it.
But you could do that, but because they have that phone and on social media, and they just saw that post, or they invented out to their homegirls, and their homegirls having that bad situation at their household, and they bring it into your relationship. How do you handle that?
That sounds personal, Z.
How do you handle that?
For me, I think it still go back to communication.
But you can communicate.
That means
you can do all this. But because so Nikki had her situation, and her old man cheated on her.
He getting personal.
And her old man cheated on her, and now you bring it into our relationship.
I agree, but that could be traumatized. You never know what they saw their mama went through, what their auntie, what their sister went through. So all of that is triggering to them. You know what I'm saying?
See somebody feeling what I'm feeling.
They're still not
using somebody feeling what I'm feeling.
So if they're not using those tools, and if they're not learning, it's like training wheels. If you can't say ABC, if you can't say the encyclopedia, I gotta teach you how to say ABC.
I think it's more than communication.
It is. But here's what I'm saying. If I keep trying to teach you and you're not learning what I'm teaching you, it's time to get another student.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying?
Facts. That's it.
How long you gonna stay in school if you keep failing the class?
This person just get out of the race.
That's what I'm saying. If I keep trying to teach you, either there's a blockage. But here's the thing. That's why they say that what they used to give in elementary, E for effort. If they showing effort, like they trying, like they want to learn, they going to counseling, they receiving what you saying, they want to, but their trauma may be preventing them from getting over that hurdle. So you got to help them heal so they can get over the hurdle. But if you got somebody that's just not trying, that's it. You say that, then you have to make a decision. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Is it working? So then you got to weight all the pros to the cons. And if the cons outweigh the pros, then it ain't worth it. If the pros outweigh the cons, then you stay there and you work with them. Because every relationship, every marriage, everything gonna require work.
So let me ask you this question.
But sometimes we put more work in on our jobs than we do in our houses.
Do you believe in checking phones?
Do I believe in checking phones? I'm gonna answer that. So here's my thing. Here's my thing. So for me, and this is all honesty, in all honesty. So I came from a relationship where I had trust issues, I had infidelity, I had all of that. So I had to, even in myself, heal because I figured out that I had my own trust issues as a man. You know what I'm saying? So it required me to say, okay, I might look, and over time, okay, I trust you. I don't have to look. I don't have to do like, okay, what's this? Because for me, it wasn't that I ain't trust my wife. I ain't trust the outside coming in.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
But if you trust your wife, man, why am I the outside?
Agreed.
The outside ain't gonna never
but
come
I'm
in.
a protector. You see what I'm saying?
But the outside ain't gonna never get in.
I get that, but I'm not gonna let nobody play with my house.
But the outside ain't gonna never get in.
They're never gonna get in, but I'm so see, here's what I'm saying. Not just that you're never gonna get in, you ain't never gonna get on my doorstep.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You never gonna get to the place that you play with me. Because I grew up on respect. There's a level of respect. You're not gonna play with me.
I never did check phone.
I understand. It's not about checking the phone. For me, it's not about checking the phone. So for me, if you look at the phone, first of all, there's always a possibility that you're gonna find some foolishness. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta know.
I don't check phone. I don't want your
password.
I get it. None of that.
I get it. I
don't want you to
my
have
phone lay open. My wife got my password. She got mine. Okay, but there's also a level of freedom in there. I ain't got the
That's
word.
in a marriage bylaw.
Huh?
That's in a marriage bylaw.
No, that's not. But we can't just get a divorce. We have a covenant marriage. Before we get divorced.
No, I'm talking about checking the phone. That's in the contract.
No, I don't even look at it like checking the phone. Any given time,
they have some people.
She can check my phone if she wants.
They have some people that's their thing. They like checking the phones. I don't know for some strange reason.
Some people different. Like I don't really have nothing to hide. So it's like if you want to check it, go ahead on. He said he took too long to answer the question. I wanted to answer right. It's not checking the phone.
He definitely wanted to answer it right.
What I'm saying? I wanted to answer it right. I'm not doing none of that. And I get it. My wife, she like, look, I ain't looking in your phone.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
I ain't looking in no phone. So for me, it's like, if at any given time I want to look, I want the ability to be able to do
I don't ever want to look.
I'm just saying.
You would be cheating on me and everything. I ain't gonna never check that phone.
I'm saying. I'm traumatized. Call me traumatized.
I ain't gonna never check that phone.
I'm traumatized.
You could be cheating on me. I ain't checking that
That's
phone.
your pride.
Yeah,
Let me tell you something.
That's my pride.
I'm be real. I used to be like that. And there's sometimes people take kindness for weakness.
He said she respect your honesty.
People take kindness for weakness, you know what I'm saying? And they will know you're not
taking your kindness for their advantage.
Exactly. They know what you're not gonna do. So okay, and it's you checking my phone. You must know, man, you not gonna play with me because I will bust you in the head.
Your hand in the background. Hand in the background.
I'm just saying, man.
Was meant to serve.
I don't want to have to, so let's not even go there.
Ain't checking no phone. You're
don't
right.
check it.
Birthday
That's all on you. I ain't checking no phone.
Let them cheat in peace. Well, you suck.
Let me tell you something. My wife deliver babies. I mean, she could go out at 1, 3, 5 in the morning. It don't even matter. Sometimes I wake up, she gone because we got a baby now. I used to bring her when she go. Now we got a baby, so I can't just leave the house with the baby. Sometimes she gone. She come back at 5, 6 in the morning. She can have a whole nother life. I don't lose no sleep because in the beginning we built a trust level that I know what I got.
But I ain't checking the phone.
I know what I got. I don't got time to waste. You know what I'm saying? I'm not wasting no time doing that. But it ain't about pride to me. It is because every now and again, if I feel like I want to pick up my phone and look.
I had an incident where my ex phone was right there and she thought I checked it. But she knew my rule. I don't check no phone.
But do you not want your phone checked? That's why you don't check it.
Yeah, because I don't.
But do you got something to hide?
I communicate with a lot of people.
First of all, if you are single, you shouldn't be looking at my phone anyway. I'm single.
Yeah.
We talking about married people. If you single, don't touch my phone unless you are paying the bills. Or unless we paying bills together. Unless we paying bills together, don't touch my phone. You single.
Paying bills together?
Yeah.
In the same household?
We can be paying bills together.
Married? I'm trying to get to understand.
Meaning we have responsibilities together.
I don't want to check the phone. I ain't checking the phone.
Don't check the phone then. What I'm saying is,
don't check mine either.
First of all, if you single, you really don't have no responsibility to be touching nobody's phone. You single.
I don't even want you on my plan.
Oh no, we ain't doing that.
You pay your bill, I pay my bill.
What? But you sneaky though.
You're
not sneaky though, B.
No, that's not being sneaky. That's just how I operate.
But see, if you married and you on the same plan, you on the same plan. What I'm saying is, if at any time your other person that you with in a relationship, married long term, if they say, "Hey, baby, let me see your phone," why you gotta be sweating and losing sleep because you showing your phone? What you got to hide?
A couple of people got some comments.
You single, so you have nothing to hide. Exactly. What you got to hide? They hide because they looking for the next sponsor. Exactly. No man has ever checked my phone. Look. If you're not paying the bill, yeah. If we're not sharing some kind of bills, then what you checking?
Don't check my phone. I just never check nobody's phone. I want my
Here's
phone.
my thing. My wife don't.
I'm a fit for man.
My wife don't believe in checking phone, but I want her always to feel comfortable that if she wants to, she can. So she got my password.
If she wants to, she can. But I don't. I just don't want to do it.
She don't.
I just don't.
She really don't. She really don't.
Yeah, I just don't want to do it.
I might. If you leave it, I might. Don't get caught slipping.
Don't roll your eyes, huh?
Don't get caught. Look, if you feel disrespected,
yeah, that's it.
Cause see, I might check your phone and then check that other
why
person.
two in the deal?
Hey, man, cause y'all know. Okay, let me ask you this:
What's up?
When dudes liking pictures, are they also flirt?
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
That's a question in the chat. When they liking pictures, is that also your way to say I'm flirting too? Possibility.
A person can like a picture that don't necessarily mean they flirting 100%.
Okay.
They might just like the picture with themselves, but they might respect the position that they're married, but they might just like the picture and that's it.
Okay. So what if all the pictures they like is the ones with you and by themselves? And so how can you say they respecting the marriage if they only like it?
I can answer that because I made sure I like the picture with the husband or the boyfriend in it too. So I want, because I feel you, because I have the conscience too. I'm like, I don't want to make it seem like I'm just flirting, liking a picture with her. So I always like the picture with her and her boyfriend.
Exactly. See, that's a difference. But see, it's also,
let her know that
I think it's also about relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just big on respect as a man. Like I'm just big on respect. And a lot of dudes these days, I don't think they have ethics as a man. Like they don't have respect as men. They don't understand what that means.
Relationship with sharing passwords. You for real too.
Yeah.
G, you like my pictures. Z, you like my pictures.
But we do. But we have
exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? We have a relationship where it's understood that it's family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you family. Like we definitely gonna.
But here's the thing. I'm also respectful to the point.
You say, "Hold up, look what Nana said. Read what Nana said."
I don't know what the soul except my emergency contact. What you got to hide though?
She's just not gonna shut it.
That's giving insecure. I don't know if that's giving insecure. It's giving. I think it's also in it. See, you're talking two different statuses. We talking about married people and single, that's different.
I think she's talking about married people.
If you are married,
is it mandatory that I give you my password to go through my phone?
No. If something happened to you today,
you got the emergency contact.
What does your husband need in your phone? He might need to do something in your phone. If you're in the hospital, something wrong, blah blah, anything can happen. Do you know your mama's phone number?
Yeah, by her.
A lot of people don't.
By her.
A lot of people don't know
your number about her.
I don't do that. I don't know.
I know your number.
Very few numbers I know about her. But what I'm saying is
the numbers, the people that are important to me, I know the numbers about her.
I know people who have went to the hospital and they got to get their phone to somebody because they don't.
I don't have that problem.
Get their phone. I'm just saying.
The emergency people that meant to me that I have love for.
She said not to check the real. She said so. See, that's the difference. That's what I'm saying. Danny said married. Yes, married. If you are married, you are right. You need to share. But if you are single, then no. No, man, we're not doing that.
Don't check my phone. I ain't checking your phone.
I need a refill.
Don't check my phone.
What you think, baby? She over there. She don't check phone.
I don't check phone.
So see, look,
I had it too.
You had a trauma, or you?
That's it. That's it. But getting the phone checked, but I just don't want to check the phone.
So, and that's the same for me. Here's the thing too, though, that the counselor told me and it's amazing because she's a first lady too. She said, your prayer should be, God, reveal to me anything I need to see.
He said,
what would she say? Reveal to me anything that I need to see, and I don't have to go searching for it. And if that's your prayer, He gonna show you what you need to see. That you ain't gotta check a phone.
right.
I say no for both, but as married, it should be an option. I agree. We share past prayers, not to check, but for real emergency. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
That's why I make sure you have it in your notes.
I feel when you check, you already know something. Yeah, so why even hurt your own feelings? But see, even when you check, a lot of times people check it, but they don't know what they're gonna do when they find it. You check, you find, now you didn't disturb your own peace, and you still gonna lay right back in the bed. If you're not gonna do something with
why
that,
you like that girl picture? Why you like that boy picture?
If you're not,
why
gonna,
you telling you
all of that don't matter. I ain't even interested in all that.
You're not interested, but
cheating
parents, people.
If you find somebody that's really doing something, what are you going to do?
Because sometimes
before you open that phone up, you need to decide, if I find that they are actually cheating, what am I going to do? Because you're gonna hurt your feelings and you're gonna be stuck right there in your feelings. And once they know you're stuck, what you think they're gonna do then?
Continue on doing.
That's what I'm saying.
Continue on messing over.
Yeah.
You getting a refill?
Yeah, see,
let's check phone.
He I'll be back
because he talking. He y'all got G opening up. I ain't never seen G don't. Y'all better take this recorded. G don't do this.
What you mean? Yeah, you gotta speak this.
G don't do this. I'm telling y'all. If you know Gerald Jones, he been blessing y'all for 2 weeks straight. Gerald Jones do not do this. Checking no, I ain't checking the phone. I'm with sis. I ain't checking no phone. Ain't checking. I got that comeback. I ain't checking no phone. I got that comeback. I ain't checking no phone. He said, "Oh yeah, you're gonna be hurt, my boy." Good night, fam. Exactly. Why break your own heart?
Exactly.
Because we go looking for stuff. When you go looking for it, you're gonna get what you get. Person, oh, I like this picture. He like that picture. She like that picture, and your feelings get hurt.
Can't say joke. Get what you get and don't what you get. Exactly.
So like,
but if checking the phone is the biggest issue, like,
so the new thing is
stuff to worry about.
The new thing is, I want your opinion on it because we've been transparent tonight.
All right. He's trying to get me to tell all my stuff to do.
I'm not trying to tell you. I just want your perspective, your opinion. I'm not trying to get
what
you.
Danny said she left with 3 months in, and what? The more alcohol go in, the better the answers are coming out.
Facts. That's what I tell y'all.
This is lemonade.
Y'all better not take it lightly. So I talk to a lot of people every day. So like since we're on this conversation, some people don't want to cheat in a marriage.
What?
They don't cheat in a marriage, right?
Okay, go ahead.
But they rather bring in somebody in and have a threesome. What's your intake on that?
All right, y'all. We're gonna see y'all next week for the answer to this question. I'm just playing.
Because I think like that's the new flavor, the new trend in certain people's households.
Polyamory. For me, okay, even biblically way back in the days, that was. And cultures change. I think right now they're trying to change to that culture what it was.
Uh-huh.
I don't agree with it. You know what I'm saying? For me, I don't agree with it because there's so much that could happen.
Too many spirits.
Yeah, like there's so much. It ain't even about too many spirits. There's so much that could happen in that dynamic. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even talking about the spirituality of it. You know what I mean?
I'm not even talking about the spirituality either. But I know somebody that had a threesome and lost their husband to that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's so much that can happen in that. Like, we're not about to do that.
Literally lost their husband to the woman they brought into the bed with.
Yeah. So they lost their husband. You see
to the one they brought to bed.
That's too much.
Like, it's crazy. Like,
too much. That's too much. I can't. You're taking chances. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm a little traumatized because I deal my wife.
Red flags.
My wife is an OBGYN.
Mhm.
So the statistics of what happens in the communities that we live in, you could go out there or bring somebody in and they could bring you more than that. They could bring you a nice package that you can't get rid of. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, like, it's all fun and games until your life changed forever. You know what I'm saying?
My girl said that's crazy.
Like,
but it happens though. That's why I'm
no.
talking about it, because it happens.
we live in a society that gets so caught up on trends, and so it's a trend right now. Okay, it's a trend that people want extracurricular relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
this ain't no
It's a
game,
trend.
man. Nobody have time for that.
That's why we talking
Like, I
about.
saw on Instagram, dude, he bringing out 2 people for Valentine's Day. And all that. That's too much, man. That's a lot. And some people could do it because honestly, they do it outside their home.
Right.
They maintain 2 outside their home. And to each his own. That's just not for me. Like, I don't have time for that.
Yeah, I'm not with that either.
And the truth is, one is hard. One is work.
One is work.
One is work. One of us is work. One man is work. You know, bro, come on now. Come on now. Come on, man. Put it closer. Like one, everything is work. So you know it's gonna be hard with 2. Ain't nobody doing no 2. I ain't got time for that.
Ain't got time for no 2.
No, I ain't got time
no
for
2.
No 2. No, I ain't got time for
3 is a crowd.
3, 4. None of that. What that song is?
That's the 3 is a.
No, they got the other song. What's that blue song is? You could go because I got 3. Nah, I'm good on that. Z, what's your mindset on that? What you think?
Because the question came to me before years ago, and I was like,
they offered
you? Yeah,
right.
They offered me and wanted to know because
see a player.
I'm not a player. I'm a good dude. This actually was my girlfriend at the time, and she asked me,
"Did you want?
How did I feel about bringing another woman into the bed?"
But some people
won't be getting married, not.
Some people are, they have, let's say, sexual curiosity like that. You know what I mean? So that may be a one-time thing, whatever. And that's their thing. If that's your thing, that's your thing. I'm not about to judge nobody. But to say that you got an ongoing other third-party sister-wife situation, that don't seem like that's going to end no way but bad. You know what I'm saying?
But the spiritual side of me kicked in, and I was like, no, I'm not vibing like that. Yeah. I'm good. You know, we'll go to the strip club, have fun, chill like that, but I'm not bringing, whatever I need is in that one person. Like, whatever I need, it will be. Like, if I consider you my girlfriend or my wife, know everything about you, your flaws, your good side, your bad side, your ugly side, whatever, I love you.
That's good.
I love you. Like, what's up, John? What's up, bro? That's Lil John, Miss Principal.
All right.
Son. Like that's it. Because there are people that does it, and they wonder why their marriage start to get shaky after that.
Yeah, because it's hard at that point to kind of navigate trust. Like we were just talking about trust. It's hard to navigate through the trust at that point.
And it goes further than trust.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people have diseases out here.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't, like you want to have fun.
Something more than
you want to have fun and don't know that person got herpes, crabs, AIDS. Like you don't know.
Crabs are still on that boy. Say crabs.
It's out there. Like it's
they're gonna bring you a whole package.
You have to be safe, and it's better for you to just don't do nothing at all. Just you and your partner.
We in New Orleans. We live from New Orleans now, but the truth is, like New Orleans, they have some of the highest rates of HIV transmission right now.
And that's something that we don't talk about.
Yeah, man, we're not even getting tested. We got a question from the audience, live audience. Go ahead.
What do you guys think about being in a relationship with married and requiring of yourself and your partner to be tested?
Okay, here's the question. What do you think about if you're in a relationship or marriage requiring your partner to be tested, and how often? Regularly. So for me, let me answer.
Go ahead.
So for me, even before I was married now, my second marriage, I believe in the doctor. Like I go to the doctor regularly, which has benefited me because at one point, I think that was maybe like 5-6 years ago, I had to go get a colonoscopy, and if I had not, I could have cancer even now because they found polyps. So now I go less, and I didn't have to go till I was 40. So I believe in regularly going to the doctor, and when I go, I would always give me a full workup, blah blah blah. So no matter who I'm with. So now, even now, more so, we both go. You know what I'm saying? Every year we go. I need a full workup, every test you can put, and we gonna share the results of that so we both can see. Because even now, you got a lot of people who they could go and get something, they give it to you, you never even know. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm good with it, especially if you don't have nothing to hide, especially if you're not doing nothing out of hand. So I'm great with it.
Yeah. At first, my ex before I got into a relationship with her, I would be against it.
Okay.
Because I'd be like, you don't trust me? But it makes sense as when I got into a relationship with her and understand her, and she just wanted for her own church. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with getting tested.
That reassurance.
Like, yes, I'm cool with getting tested because you really don't know these things. I'm cool with getting tested.
You could bring.
Is it once a year or
we do once a year? Once a year.
I'm cool. If that's part of that reassurance that I need to do.
But see, a lot of times too in relationships, people don't talk about what their standards are at the beginning. So then when they bring it up later on, the person is shocked.
She was the first person that actually brought up that conversation in the relationship.
Yeah, so you offended, but
I was offended because I wasn't used to it.
Exactly.
That's why
we are not used to being held to a standard.
I wasn't used to it.
Men and women, we're not used to being held to a standard. So when somebody requires something, you so used to getting over when somebody requires something of you, you won't take offense. No, I'm holding you to a higher standard. But the truth is, for men, when women hold you to a higher standard, all that's going to do is elevate you and push you up.
Facts.
Are you putting in your time working? Are you putting in your time with the kids? You know, have you poured out all the potential that's in you? You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
So let them hold you to a high, because a real woman gonna always build you up. She never gonna tear you down.
She's definitely gonna build you up.
She's gonna build you up.
Even though she's crazy, she's gonna build you up.
Yeah.
She gonna build.
I think men and women, all of them have something. Everybody got something. Everybody got a little crazy.
Yeah, everybody. Even men, we definitely have all that crazy. Like we gonna check phones, check DMs.
Women check phones more than men.
I think the tables have time.
I think all women wilding out more than men.
Repeat that.
Are women wilding out more than men?
No.
Because nowadays women approach men, they gonna go in.
But a woman could deal with a man and not even have sex with him, just based on they could get money and time, just based on time.
But nowadays too, a woman can have sex and not be emotional about it too. Back, there was a time where they didn't really care. Like where no, you ain't gonna have sex because I'm gonna get emotional. But now a lot of women are more logical than men these days, and men can be more emotional.
Men are more emotional.
Like but that's also because
some men are wearing the skirts.
But that's also because maybe a lot of men now are raised by their mothers, and they haven't seen
that plays a fact.
Men, they haven't seen real men.
Plays a fact. So let me ask you this: with that being said, what advice would you have for somebody that has a kid that's a teenager that's a lesbian?
What advice would I have for somebody that have a kid that's a teenager that's a lesbian? Firstly, you gotta love your child. Like through thick and I don't care whatever it is. Like whatever their sexuality is should not determine your relationship with them. Like you have to love. I would suggest that you just love them through it, whatever that is, whatever their choices is. It's like even spirituality, education, whatever. Your job is to just pour in the positivity and then allow them to make choices. You're gonna help them, along the path, kind of guide them, but it's not your job to make the choices for them.
Right.
Nor is it your job to judge them for the choices they make. Your job is to love them. That's it. So if you loving them through them and you check all your choices by love, that'll tell you what to do.
But I know some people that look, it's my way or wow. That's it. Like you,
Like, okay, you can't, if
you
you are
can't-
lesbian, you my child, you're a lesbian, or you gotta go. So that if I check
at
that by
15,
love,
at 14, 15 years
I
old.
get it. So if I check that by love, love is unconditional. You see what I'm saying? So it should be, you know, in terms of that love. Love as a child to a parent should be unconditional. So if I check that by that standard, which is my standard, then it don't check. It's not right. Because if it's my way or the highway, you don't even know if for that child, they are going through a stage of curiosity that if you just loving them through it, they may come out on the other side and realize, oh, that was just a phase or oh, whatever. Or if that's truly who they are and they choose that, now you've isolated them and make something that's already challenging 100 times worse. And now what should be a safe space looks like society to them. So they don't even feel comfortable out their home and in their home.
But sometimes the households that go through that, the parent, their relationship is not functionable either.
So you
It's
saying
dysfunctional too.
like you got a
So-
heterosexual relationship and they judging the child because they are.
I don't want
they
that.
have a
I don't want that
same-sex-
because what you're loving ain't even treating you right.
I don't want that because
What's loving you
I
ain't
get
treating
it.
you
Okay,
right.
so you saying the dysfunction they see in their parents, and they like, okay, look, I'm gonna just go be with a girl or a boy, be with a boy, and I get that, but that's where I also believe in bringing child to some counseling, because if they're not talking to you, they're gonna talk to somebody, and more often they're gonna talk to somebody that they feel like they can relate to, but it needs to be a professional.
You can bring them, but sometimes the kids don't talk.
I get it. That's why you gotta find somebody that's relatable to them, a cousin, a aunt, or somebody.
But when you overprotect, the parents ain't doing it.
I get it. But those are all those buts are mistakes that are being made. Every time that's a mistake. That if you overprotective, but I would much rather, yes, I'm gonna be disciplinary and all that. I'm gonna be friendly, but I'm not gonna be your friend.
Right.
I'm gonna be friendly. I'm gonna discipline you, because if I don't, you're gonna really go astray. So I'm gonna discipline you just how God disciplines us to keep us in line. But I'm not gonna get so comfortable that I just allow you to do whatever you want to do, because then you never gonna know what order, what discipline, what respect and honor and all that is, what authority is. But for the child, they could be doing it for the reason you said, but it's also up to the parent to check themselves. For me, that's just sound like a whole household of dysfunction overall. That's what I'm saying. So it's not just the child that needs some level of counseling. It's the parent and the child.
The parents don't want to accept what they're going through.
So I also have knowledge in mental health wellness as well. Oftentimes when you treat the child, you can't just treat the child, you got to treat the whole household, because you can't make the child well and then the parent is bad. You know what I'm saying? You can't make the child well and then they living in a household where they seeing drugs or men going in and out or women going in and out or whatever dysfunction. You have to treat the whole system in the whole parenting household. That's where, again, like one of the viewers said, counseling is necessary and it's out there. And now people are learning more and more how necessary counseling is. And they are bringing their children to counseling.
You don't think we messed up though?
I think Black people don't really understand the need for counseling, because we were always, oh, you gonna go to what floor it is, you know, in charity and all that.
Third floor.
You crazy, blah blah blah.
Crazy.
So we had this stigma around.
We drinking our problems away, or we doing drugs, like we tend to do other things,
and we feel like but that's all ego and pride. And you feeling like it was crazy. I told my mom, I'm going to counseling. She was like, what you talking to lady all day? You could pay me to talk to me. I'll talk to you. But it's like, you don't understand just how you go to a dentist and he studied your teeth. You go to a doctor that has studied whatever specialty you going for. These people have studied the practice of your mind, your mental health, your psychology, and they're helping you to heal something that it may not be a cut wound that's bleeding out physically where you see it dripping, but it's bleeding out in other ways. Right. And you need to go get that healed, helped, patched up and fixed up. And a lot of people don't tap into that.
They don't.
Yeah.
You don't.
I believe in it though.
We'll sit on somebody's sofa.
Yeah. So,
you know,
but and the crazy thing is now, even if you don't want to sit on their sofa, they got counseling service. Like I think it's BetterHelp. They got a lot of counseling service that are online that you can do it online.
Because you as a parent, you always have to set the example for your kids.
Yeah. Yep.
Because what you do, they watching.
If you need a counselor, hit up to you. I'll refer y'all to some counseling.
DM me.
Yeah.
What's up, D?
There you go.
Any more other questions from the audience?
Audience questions? JoJo?
Any other questions?
She said, what? You don't have no questions?
Y'all have anything y'all want us to discuss? Any questions, comments, concerns?
Z got me in here. JOCING.
JOCING. JOCING all that old fashioned. Yeah, because that was one thing I know. I don't want to say the school name, but there's a school in New Orleans who definitely majority of their students are switching over to that community.
But I don't think it's just school. I think it's society now.
No, I ain't saying it's the school. I'm just saying what I know personally.
Like it's become so
the norm.
Familiar. Yeah.
The norm.
Because back in the day, there was a lot of judgment. Mm-hmm. So now people have become more lenient and accepting of it. Some by force and some not. Yet, I don't think we have really assessed like some of the causes and really treated.
But that's why people don't want to go to church these days because it's so judgmental.
I agree.
Judgmental, like
I agree. I agree.
We gotta understand it's not church hurt; it's people hurt that we go through. God ain't gonna never hurt you. He gonna chastise you.
I agree with that, but
so stop saying church hurt and just say it's people hurt.
But it's the group of people that call themselves the church.
But it's still not God is the church.
Because see, you get hurt by men, you get hurt by women, and you don't stop going to women. Mm-hmm. But if this group of people that call themselves the church, that should, and I look to them to be held to a higher standard. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But that's part error too, because those people are really the same as you. Mm-hmm. They all in that same hospital of what it is, trying to get healed. Mm-hmm. So we're holding them to a higher standard and putting them on the pedestal when what should happen is the group of people or the church are going to this place or not going to the place, wherever it is, and looking to God. You know what I'm saying? But we go and we look to the people on the pulpit as the savior instead of looking up top.
All right. That's why I believe in having a relationship with God instead of worrying about religion.
Exactly.
Build a relationship.
Right. That's where
build the relationship. That's what balanced living is about. Partnership with God, relationship with God.
If COVID didn't teach you how to have a relationship with God, then I don't think you really learned it because you didn't have those walls, you didn't have those people, you didn't have the band. And
stuff else gonna happen where he gonna stop the world again. Well, we just gonna need to focus on him.
You look, you ain't stopping all the way.
Right.
You ain't learning it. You don't want to learn.
You better build that relationship with him. Nah, if you ain't do nothing,
that's what I'm saying.
Get saved today.
For real.
DM me, whatever. We could get you saved tonight.
And for real though, that's what real balance is. Because, like for real, we sitting here, we chilling, we talking about a little bit of everything. But at the end of the day, a lot of even what I talk, the core of my existence, I give all credit and honor to God. Like if it had not, like, I seriously at 12, I don't think I believed I would make it to 40.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? My best
friend. Where you from? Let the people know where you're from. Let the people know where you're from.
I grew up in the project. Like my best friend.
What project?
The Magnolia.
Who used to cut your hair?
Juvenile. To nut used to
cut your hair.
For me, I feel like a lot of people, they don't really understand that if you are really going to succeed in life, mm-hmm. It's just easier with God, man. I sit here sometimes go through the stuff I go through. I'm like, man, I don't know how I would make it if I didn't have God. And yes, there are a lot of successful people. You got the Elon Musk and all them people that have no relationship with God, but that ain't my stuff. Like, I don't know how I would make it if I didn't.
God did.
You know what I'm saying?
God did.
I don't even know. I probably would be crazy, would have blew my head off and all everything else
I
go through some of the stuff I've been through and not have God.
I learned how to just acknowledge him from the small things to the big things.
Yeah, man.
I'm nothing without God.
Yeah,
like
right.
Zion did, I put all the work. No, God did
Yeah.
this for me. He opened up doors. He gave me the confidence. He gave me the wisdom. He gave me the resources. He gave the people and around me to help me out in creating this balanced living platform.
Let me ask you this: Do you think? Look at Dr. Mika? Do you think that church or people make God spooky and like mystical?
Yeah.
You got to do this. You got to
Balanced living was created almost 6 years ago.
Okay.
It was created because people in church made God become so managed to me, to where
they were managing God.
Yes, you can be this. You have to be a certain way. You have to do this. You can live like you can just relax. Like when you get married, you're not trying to make love off of Kurt Franklin. And they created that platform where they're not human. And when they make mistakes, they wonder why the body of their church or whatever following them crumble because they put themselves on that platform instead of putting God before them.
Okay.
They was putting themselves before God. I was like, no, that ain't how life's supposed to be. You got to have balance. You got to know how to have balance because if you don't have balance, if you think you're gonna go through a life of painless, you mistaken.
So I have like an order of how I look in my life in terms of priorities. So is God?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times people put their kids and all that next. For me, it's God and then me.
Right.
Because if I'm not okay,
none else
okay. So it's me, and then after me, a lot of times people still put their kids, but it's my wife. Because again, if she not okay and I'm not okay, then they not okay.
My friend, I'm not gonna say her name.
Mm-hmm.
Her husband said, God, my mama.
That out of whack.
Oh, they ain't been racing. He's still mad at that boy. He don't even know it.
So it's God, me, my wife, my kids, because that's my household. So then if you put that in a circle, you know what I'm saying? God in the middle, then you, and then your spouse, and then that's your house. Okay. Then you branch out. Okay. You got, first of all, you don't even put extended family yet. Because your house require your career to function. You know what I'm saying? And your ministry, if whatever you give into God in terms of overall ministry work and all that, and your family, all of that is right there on that outer realm of your house. If your house not together, nothing else could be together.
Some people don't know how to bring that balance, G.
That's what I'm saying. That's balance. That's for me. That's my order.
I don't want to marry somebody that's not gonna put me up there, or put themselves. Like once I learned how to put me first and focus on me, my life got better.
And let me
that's the perfect.
Let me add some context to this, okay? Because for my wife, I know she is crazy, like kids. You know, the expectation is not that if something is going on, we gonna choose each other over the kids. No. If we only got so much food, the kids gonna get fed. You know, you see that toxic story narrative that's on the thing. Who you gonna feed, the husband or the kid? No, the kids gonna get fed.
Kids gonna get
fed.
What
I'm saying? They can't feed themselves. We can feed ourselves. We can survive on all of that. So it's not that, but it's like if she is mentally tapped out, worn out, blah blah blah. If I can't take care of her first and take care of the kids as well. If I'm more worried about the kids and then I'm neglecting her, them kids gonna grow up, be 18, leave the house, and me and her gonna be divided.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So you still gotta have it. I'm talking about relationship. If you have that relationship with God first, the relationship with yourself, because so many people are unhappy with themselves.
Yes.
If you haven't really tapped into yourself and built in enough self-esteem, self-love, self-care with yourself, You could get a divorce. You could lose your job. You could change churches. You could do all of that. And now you sad, you depressed, you lonely because you haven't built a relationship with yourself. You can't even be lonely. You can't sit in the room by yourself.
In order for you to know somebody else's value, you have to know your own value.
Exactly. So then the spouse relationship comes.
Then it comes.
Exactly.
You gotta know your value. You don't know yourself.
You cannot pour from an empty glass.
You can't.
That's it. You can't pour from an empty glass.
You can't.
So then that comes in, and then it's y'all job together. And I don't care if it's a blended family. I don't care if you and the spouse not together, whatever. It's also about all parties that's responsible for them kids coming together to make sure them kids right. It still takes a village to raise a child.
It takes a village.
I don't care if it's house, the grandma, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They come together, make sure the children straight, make sure the extended family straight, and go from there.
What would you say for people who's in a marriage who losing their self within the marriage?
It's about self-time. Like I really honestly believe, like my wife last night, she's like, okay, hey, I want to go hang out, blah, 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 get some coffee. Like, go do your thing. It takes nothing for me to hold down the household, make sure the baby's straight and all of that. And oftentimes we don't realize why our relationships fail because we are dominating the time of the person and we have really robbed the person of themselves. They were used to, before you came in the picture, go and hang out with their people and chill out. And that don't mean that they don't love you. That don't mean that they cheating. That don't mean that they wilding out. You got to be able to give them space. You know what I'm saying?
You have to give them space.
And you got to, to me, it's your responsibility to assure that they stay themselves because that's what you fell in love with. That's what attracted you to them. And if you allow them to get stuck, eventually they're going to get unhappy and they're going to resent you for that.
Yes.
Yeah. So
you can do. You have to build your. You have to check your own insecurities.
Yeah.
You have to check that. You have to check yourself. Look in your mirror. Look in the mirror, and like, if this person is not worth losing, and they're fighting for you, check yourself to make yourself better for that person, so you won't lose that person.
But how hard is it for somebody to become self-aware?
It's hard. Nobody want to look in the mirror. Nobody want to check themselves. Well, ain't nothing wrong with me. I ain't got a bad attitude. I used to be like that.
Yeah.
I was like that before in my last relationship. Like in the beginning, I didn't think I had a bad attitude. But I had to check myself. I'm like, I do have a bad attitude because I
got a bad attitude, see?
I'm better now.
In relationship. You talking about?
Right. In my last relationship, in the beginning, I had a bad attitude because of the past that I was dealing with. I thought I was healed, but I wasn't fully healed.
Gotcha.
So I used to have a little attitude. But I had to check myself to make myself better because the person who I was with, it was me working on myself to make myself better because I didn't want to lose that person.
Gotcha.
But a lot of people don't have that accountability to do that. And that attitude would have lender if I would have never checked myself and say, I got to be a man for this. This woman is good. Man, she didn't work it. So I worked on the attitude. And the only time I caught the attitude is when she gave me her reason to have attitude.
So even in counseling for me is what I learned is counseling, even if you're going together, is not for you to then leave there and don't go hold the other person accountable. The counseling thing you're supposed to do, this. It's really for you. So when you leave there, you should be always checking yourself because if both parties going to fix themselves, that's how it's going to work.
So let me ask you this question because I know a couple that's in counseling. And one of the partners had asked the other partner, well, what you got from that? Well, what you say, like, what you got from that? Like, as if now the person that asked that's the person that has the problem.
Okay.
But they not receiving that, they have no problem. Like, how would you suggest
they gotta go back?
Man, do they go together or they go separately?
I'm gonna tell you, together and separately. Because there's times that we go together. But there's times that I go separately because I got my individual issues that I need to deal with. You know what I'm saying? I got my own stuff that I might need to work through. So for me, if you aren't getting it, because I've been in a place where, man, I come out of there, man, they didn't unload it on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious, man. It's more often than not that I'm the one, and it take a real man to sit in a room and let this person like really put a mirror to your face and like, do you see yourself? You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not gonna say real man, real woman, whatever. You have to really be strong enough to go in there and face the traumas, the demons, the issues, the challenges,
Facts.
the wrongs about yourself, and still come out, because all of that's doing is chipping away at your ego. That's why you got to put your ego aside. If you really want to be better, you got to put the ego aside. And it's a difference between confidence and ego. You know what I'm saying? If you're confident, you got to look at it, this only going to sharpen me. This only going to make me better. So for me, it was other things that was hindering me getting the point. You know what I'm saying? Like it took, like we were talking earlier about transparency. Like I've been, and even defensiveness, part of my job, it's taken me years to kind of deal with the trauma and the issues of being defensive and being transparent and communicating all that. And sometimes it takes that time, but if the other person is worth it, it's worth what it's worth. You know, you will consider the cost and pay the cost because they're worth whatever you're gonna pay for. We don't consider what we pay for a Louis Vuitton, even though they raise the price every year, because we figure it's worth it.
And it ain't never gonna sell.
You see what I'm saying? So if you figure it's worth it and that thing is valuable, you're gonna pay the cost for whatever it is. I don't care if it's your income tax, you're gonna save some checks, you're gonna borrow from your auntie, whatever it is. So if that person that you're with is worth it, you're gonna do what you gotta do to support them through it to get to the prize that you're trying to get to. If you know that they continually work it, at the point that they stop doing the work to be valuable, that's it. If your Louis Vuitton purse is tearing, is ripping the straps, nah, I'm done with Louis. I'm gonna go over to Gucci and Goyard and everything. You know what I'm saying? At the point that thing stop being worth whatever it's worth, it's time to get rid of it.
Accountability is the key.
That's good too.
Accountability is the key.
Yeah.
It's just more than communication. It's accountability within yourself.
Yeah.
Let me change. And be open and listening to your partner. It's the key that you listen to your partner. Man, woman need to listen to the man just as well as the man need to listen to their woman.
You saying listen to like they tell you what to do and you do it?
No.
Or you mean hearing
like this is my feelings and I'm expressing to you my feelings.
I think a lot of times though, people don't know how to listen.
They don't.
They're not talk, but they don't know how to listen.
They don't know how to listen. Because they don't think they're wrong.
That's a whole nother topic.
That's a whole nother topic.
All night.
That's a whole nother topic.
We gotta go.
But
y'all good?
Thank y'all for joining. I appreciate y'all. G and Z live on Thursdays. We're gonna be doing this again. Peace out. Love. Boy, they was on that.
Lord, what? How many people was on it? Oh, they showed that just now? Oh, I'm tired. I'm about to crash. I ain't even
Gotta end this, huh?